I'm Jordan Bowen with the Uncommon Tribe, and this is the best advice you're ever gonna get.
All right, let me give you the honest advice.
Don't be putting in a whole bunch of extra effort, all right? The only thing that's good for is getting extra tasks. Daiquiris and jet skis, baby. Hey, listen, I had a wife. I had a couple wives, in fact, 3, right? And here's the best advice I can give you. Make sure you concentrate on your career.
Listen, just turn in your reports, get them done on time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you might get promoted, but here's the deal. Then you're just gonna have more responsibility. You feel like dealing with that? I don't feel like dealing with that.
If you got a good idea, don't bring it up. The boss don't want to hear it anyways. Don't make waves. Make sure you're looking out for yourself. All I see out there is sheep. And you can either be a sheep or you can be a wolf. And I'd rather be eating and stepping on the necks and getting done and taking care of number 1 than I would be getting consumed by somebody else.
Because women, they're gonna come and go, you know what I mean? But you gotta make sure you're taking care of you, baby. Daiquiris and jet skis. Popping bottles, baby. Great advice, right? Maybe we've heard this advice. Maybe we've even given this advice. We've all definitely been culpable of throwing out some poor advice at times. So it seems like a good idea. Gotta get yours. Gotta take care of number 1. Gotta dog eat dog, right? Get after it. Maybe. Let's take a look at the impact that you actually want for your life. So in our modern day, we have a ton of different information. I don't have to tell you guys that. You already know that. You found this through an information outlet. You have all your social media. We have YouTube. We have podcasts. God, we have, forgive us all, the news at this point. We're inundated with information and advice and great things to think about. But how do we know what advice we should actually be listening to? Well, I like this answer. Look at the outcome of the person's life who's giving the advice. Elon Musk is the wealthiest man in the world. He has, here's a nice little for instance, if you take dollar bills and you stack them up, $1 million stacked up is approximately a football field long in $1 bills. Elon Musk doesn't have $1 million, he's got over $100 billion. So how far is a billion? If you get in a car and drive for an hour straight, that's $1 bills stacked up. So those numbers aren't even close to each other. $1 million a football field, $1 billion driving for 1 hour. And he's got over $100 billion, right? That's fantastic. He's on yachts, he's probably just killing it, right? Life is going great. Depends on what you're looking for, right? So I'm not telling you not to make money. You gotta have money to impact people in your life and around you and be able to set yourself up for success and make an impact. So this isn't like a avoid money type of thought process. This is a what outcome do you want in your life, right? When you wake up in the morning, are you happy? Well, Elon has all this money and he's got kids that hate him that are trying to literally, through litigation, divorce their name from him. He's had multiple wives and he has a girlfriend now. His relationships look rough. He is on an island of one by himself. And I feel for him more than anything because I don't have $100 billion, but I got success of life. I have happiness, I have fulfillment. So how do we cut through this? Well, who am I? What's my background? Quick resume that you really shouldn't care too much about because resumes mean very little for the outcome of people's life, but here you go. I was a special tactics pararescueman in the Air Force. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan, had the opportunity to fight in both those theaters and make an impact for my country. After that, I got out of the military. My wife and I started some gyms. We were able to train people, grow to multiple locations, and now we have business partners at all these locations that we care about and they care about us, which is rare in business partners that really actually love each other and care. And most recently, I've been able to work in the nonprofit world in anti-human trafficking. And if you've ever done any research on human trafficking, it is the pit of civilization. It is where people are literally living the biggest lies they can, taking advantage of other people, treating other people like livestock. Fucking terrible stuff. So I've had the opportunity to work in Africa, making an impact. I've had the opportunity to work in Southeast Asia, making an impact. And most recently, after the war started in Ukraine, we went in very early and were able to help pull women and children outside of the conflict zones in the middle of combat and get them to the west side of the country to a safe area, right? And most recently now I'm in law school trying to figure out how to further make an impact in people's lives. So what does all that matter? Resume, all that stuff on board. To me, it means very little. And I think you should also very much not pay attention to what people's resumes are, because who gives a shit? The real thing that matters is, what does their actual life look like? Do they have a wife that loves them? Do they have children that they love, that they have strong confidence in? Do they have businesses that they care about, or do they work at a job where people care about them and they're making an impact? Do they have friends in their life? Do they wake up in the morning and they're excited to step out of bed, or are they begrudgingly going through this life with the kind of pain that we see from everybody? So here's our promise to you, right? I hate this little phrase. I hate the phrase. Can you hear me? I hate the phrase like and subscribe, but our promise to you is, if you subscribe, you follow along with us, if you want to hear what we have to say, we're going to take this giant culmination of all this different advice from all these different mentors through time. We're going to package this up in a tangible way that you can apply some what's to your life. And what does that mean? It means we're going to take tons of lies, tons of truths. We're going to repurpose it into some fun videos and give you some what's, some practical, some things you can work on to actually impact your tribe around you, to raise the tide so all ships in your life come up with you, to where when you wake up, you take that step out in the morning, you get to be stoked about the day versus just going through the motions. So welcome to the Uncommon Tribe. We look forward to impacting your life. Stay in it.